Yeah, I just wanted to say something really quick before I get into this, to pointing two things out in particular. I just wanted to say, people out here, if you're poor, because it also circulates around people with no money, basically a poor person. So, um, if you are a poor person and you're going to court and they're putting a squeeze, don't let them put a squeeze on you when it comes to jury selection. And that my mind and my thoughts are bubbling, concocting other thoughts. Now I'm determining things with these various thoughts, and I wanted to give you a really roundabout suggestion, legal advice. Yes, I am. I believe that I am qualified enough to um, reading and being, um, say, actively involved with different things throughout the course of my life. That has to do with legalities of law and the court system. So I'm just telling you, don't let them put the squeeze on you with the jury trial, and don't let the appointed attorney, if you have to get appointed attorney, because I've heard of people I've talked to have fired attorney after attorney that the courts appoint and provide for them because they're worthless. They come in there and they're not even, that's not even their, they're not even a criminal lawyer. There's some other kind of lawyer, like divorce attorney or something else, and they come in there and they just want to get out of there, like the jury wants to get out. So you tell them and the judge and everybody in the room, and make sure that a court appointed attorney hears it, and you speak loud enough whenever when you address these people and the DA and the judge alike. Like I said, and you tell them no, you pick one, and I'll pick one. If you delete, if you keep deleting all of the jurors that I pick, every time I pick one, you delete him and then pick one and you get to keep them. I'm not doing it. We're gonna stalemate this court case to infinity because we'll never get to an actual full jury of 12 people on it without the cooperation of letting me have people who I pick for my jurors select, and not allow the DA to get away with deleting the people that you pick for your jury. And don't let your appointed attorney pick them either. You stay firm on that. If they're gonna stick you anyways, and right now at this point, I don't even care if you actually did or not commit a crime or not. If you didn't commit a crime, then there's a bit of difference between what I have to say about the first one. The one that I wanted to go into first, but I had to reveal the second one was don't let the DA get away with the tampering of the jury selection of that. But mine is now to the police whenever they charge you with the crime. First off, it's their obligation to insist that you ask for an attorney, that you have an attorney and you have one present. Right now, speaking of present, in the present time, and it's been this way forever, we don't get to represent them unless we're smart enough to lawyer up and tell them we I would rather prefer to have an attorney and talk to an attorney than to talk to you. I'm not ever talking to you. You can talk to my attorney. My attorney will tell you what I say. Or whatever I tell my attorney, he can say even. If I'm thinking logically enough, me and this attorney are going to come up with a plan to win, to not get a conviction, to beat a conviction. So, it's if I were the president, here's another thing: try to achieve big goal, being the big guy up there on the Capitol Hill, right up there. But anyways, to get rid of the corruption in our legal system, instead of encouraging more uh, crap to go on in the court system, so you give criminals a bad time, as this is Obama's stance, and then he wants to give everybody a bad time all the way around because it's the Democrat way, and you got to smile when you see him. You gotta be like, oh, can I have your autograph? Yeah, you're so special. You're such a special guy. Obama, he's a special guy. Oh my gosh, he's so special. But anyway, so if I was if I was a president, I would not try to corrupt nothing and get anything that would, um, compel Congress or anybody else to try to impeach me. Now, if they try to impeach you and it's complete bullshit, that's one thing. But if they got you, they got you. So I would not want to be in an impeachable position, to be impeached, to be able for them to take legal action against me as the president. So that cuts corruption out right there, right off the bat. But I would, if Congress and everybody else wasn't on board with me, to sign a law that states that the police, when they arrest anyone in America, that they must insist that you get an attorney. The cop don't even talk to the people, just put them in the car, take them to jail, and let the people talk to the attorney, especially if the cops are confident of a conviction anyways. So it's kind of even more just added bullshit for them when they go to court to have on you because you're stupid enough to talk to them. I think that they're taking advantage of illiterate poor people who don't know, who are ignorant to the facts and to the cases. And then in their case, in their own personal life, is put in jeopardy because they don't say, I'd rather talk to an attorney. I have heard of a story of somebody that I know very, very tightly, very personally. I know somebody who asked for an attorney. The cop uh, manhandled the guy, and the guy's like, all right, fine, whatever, I'll tell you. But he didn't tell him anything that would, uh, that was that big of a deal or anything. But the cop takes part of the story instead of taking the whole story. He took what the cop could use and he threw it into his case, only what he heard as a cop. So that's all that's being allowed to be told in today's in courts. Also, not the whole scenario or the whole case of what, you know. I just did this video on this Michael Dunn guy. You didn't hear it's a murder case for Christ's sake. Crying out Christ's sake. It's loud. Okay, it was a murder case. So they had no other choice but to basically do the whole walkthrough of the whole entire thing the best that they could. So they pointed out the whole entire scenario the best they could, still came up with what they came up with. But I'm saying somebody told the authorities, no, I'd rather talk to an attorney. They manhandled the guy. And then the guy said, all right, fine, whatever. I'll tell you, what do you want to know? And then the courts upheld that, even though the guy was manhandled or whatever, which is police brutality. You don't know what that is also is going on in there. The courts didn't throw out the little bit of bullshit of what the cop got information from the guy in the statement. Anyways, on top of him already being confident that he's going to get a conviction, and part of that might exclude this statement altogether, he still thinks you're going away forever or whatever. And I'm just telling you how society bamboozles people, and if they keep cheating and lying and being corrupt like that, they're only gonna bring on themselves more problems, more things that are gonna happen, karma, and other things like that. So it's kind of on them, but in the same sense, we appoint and we, as regular citizens, are also in a position where we have a little bit to say and do of what goes on there and what these people are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do and get away with or don't get away with. And for a long time, we have not been focusing on the major bullshit that the jurors, not the jurors, well, the jurors too, because they want to leave. They don't even want to be there. So they're not they're not amped about being able to serve on jury duty. They're not wanting to be there. Some are, but that's shameful on the ones that do want to be there and appreciate um, helping their society out or helping their community out by doing that, giving that bit of time to the courts like that. But at the same time, you have people what I always believed in on the right, the conservatives or whatever people. I see more and more abuses that they're allowed to get away with that is almost equal to the ones that the disgusting Democrats are doing and get away with. You can harass somebody. If you're a cop, you can harass somebody into a statement. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was legal in America for people to do that. But, in a place like Douglas County, Oregon, they say it is. Even though it's only apparent obvious they make their own rules as they go along. Also, and that's a guaranteed thing that you're going to get from somebody that you vote as a Democrat, um, which is evil because I notice that there's some that aren't necessarily evil characters, but they follow along with the other ones that get in charge and take over and whatever from the public that are Democrat that are evil that say we'll make up the rules as we go along. So the rules are against us, and the rules are made for them to basically be in control and dominate other people and stay in charge of people because they believe that's how they have to work. They believe that they have to summon the flies with vinegar instead of sugar, even though it says that you get more flies with um, honey or more bees. You get more bees. Let's say bees with honey, right? Not what they said. Than you do with vinegar. But these people uh, constantly insist that we be treated with vinegar instead of honey, which is real sweet, which means that they actually have our backs and they're actually thinking about different things like this. Do you like being manipulated? I don't. I don't like, to go into a situation and know, even though I'm right, or there might be a portion where I'm just a little bit more right than they are, but still I'm confident for them that they're going to beat me when I go to court. It's just that laid out against me and everybody else, unless you have money or somehow on the rotation you wind up being blessed with an attorney who's willing to do the duration of the trial to try his best to ensure no conviction is there. They listen to you, and they weigh in also from their perspective and point as an attorney. They're supposed to represent you to think about all these different things. So not to go ahead and go into court with a bag over your head or some where you're not exposed, you cover your head all up. So you're going into the court blinded is what I'm saying. So you don't know. You're not prepared. You're a court appointed attorney. What do you care? So jury trial. Here's the last thing. So what I said at the beginning, there was two things: the cops and the district attorneys. Don't let the cops make it a rule in the law for the cops to go by in America that they're not allowed to treat people like that anymore, and that they must provide the people with an attorney over what they think of getting crying a statement or something out of somebody like that, which is wrong, and in my opinion, I think is illegal because it's corrupts. It's corrupted. It sounds corrupt. So that's, in my opinion, what makes it a crime on the police's part, on the cops' part, because they're not honest. They're not, and they will tell you that they did the right thing because they're actually convinced in a way to where they don't. respond or think to what I'm saying, that what they're doing is wrong. That you cannot just go in there and get a statement from somebody without providing the person with all of the legal necessities that a person or a citizen should be, that you're actually lying about giving to them in the first place. It all starts with them being straight up and not trying to get a statement out of people through crime, stuff like that, and actually getting you an attorney. You talk to an attorney first before you talk to the police officer. There should even be lawyers sitting around the clock at the jail waiting for different people that go in there. The lawyer can talk to at that time, hand over what he told the person, or the conversation that he had with these subjects, whoever that got brought in there, and then pass that off to their new attorney if they're going to get a different attorney. But don't allow the police to take people in and interrogate them and not start with the attorney first. So that is just completely cockamamie and broadsides people, and I think it's not legitimate for the law. It's bad. So then the other thing that I just wanted to say real quick, since I already went over it, was um, the DA, upon acquiring a court-appointed attorney, if you're poor and you don't have the money to go pay for an attorney who knows all this stuff, don't let the DA bamboozle you into selecting the complete jury for you. If you go to trial, you tell them and you be firm and stand your ground. Speaking of stand your ground, you tell them firm on that. No, I get to pick one, you pick one, I'll pick the other. You don't let them eliminate your your jury that you select, and then the DA gets to keep the whole jury as a panel that the DA personally selected themselves. And that's basically all I have to say. It's cockamamie, and it's insane that people would do that.